that JM is a public officer and is paid by the state. He's not beyond criticism, especially when he's attacked a whole tribe in our country. JM and his people should stop this tribal bigotry and tell us their credible policies, if they even have one. Protozoa and Odiwe Abba. We say Obi, so Same can ask for a retraction and apology from His Excellency Baumia on his claims on government infrastructure records, but condemn someone when he asks same from the former President Mahama. Who is he too? Is he also a joker? Kwekudia Ajeman, Ewu Chifu, Heman, and Onodiwe Abrain. We say Obi, 98 days to election 2020. NDC has no manifesto. Obviously, the alternative is indeed empty. I was also shocked to see our former President Mahama seriously endorsing and supporting the derogatory comment by Honorable Adongo. What has the president's governance got to do with the strike? Okay, that's from Billy Graham Onowo Achimota and Odiwe Abrain. Let's come back in studio and shall see any and come away. Say Obi, if our mineral royalties gives the nation about $200 million a year, and it will only take the country 2.5 years to accrue the said $500 million the nation claimed to be in need of, then why do we have to give this royalties to honestly to Kofi Osafo for 15 years? That's not true. It is only because of blah blah blah. Okay, I would say vote John Mahama 2020. Godwin Mahama boom and Onodiwe about your message, heavily edited, and I hope so you understand why some of your claims knowing there cannot be independently verified. Ma menfa we ntwem na fe mema menko same won yemfa nkomo no enhyehyɛ so. Obi, who is demanding an apology from President Mahama? Is it not a fact that this country has been taken over by a few on also repeated the same things we don't want said on radio? He should give us a break. Obi, I am an Achim and I know I am not part of the few who have taken over our country. They know themselves. Why should I be the one to fight for the few? Blah blah blah. My regard to lawyer Sami Jemfi Kojo Dankwa and Ediwe Abba. Kojo, thank you for your message. Where says Sami talking about fact, I bet he has a twin, because the Sami Jemfi we all know in Ghana peddled some untruth about the president's SA trip. Again, told another untruth about the cost of cycle interchange. A person like that has no temerity and credibility to speak to issues. How does okay, Samuel Brian Boabendi no and okay, messages no also. Lawyer Japan messa akwaba briefly. Manfo who say what na say bibia boko there. Adoma akwa. Over the past few weeks about buying now. No, ono here oye. Mama mon comment there. No, no problem. And they starting them. But maybe minche wait for. What you do? Nkanka wait for when you bro waiting was secretly na non coordinate. Yeah. Obi, mamun kombra. Ai, e ko biem na ba. Say Sami dem fi be 15 minutes ma. We genunum trada. Oh no. He took more than 10 minutes. No, I'm na me busa no. And I'm so busy man send me yan. Hey, now pa don't know. No, meba. Enti area ebenya time na akasa enti don't worry. Oh, Obi. Ebenya time na akasa, don't worry. We say Obi, I salute the spokesman for the group Youth for Emancipation. He's really spoken well. As he said, if someone insults your mom and you go around reiterating same, you become the insultee. Which information does Larry Dogbe want to see until the prospectus is out? What again will be there to interrogate? Anyway, for two pro NDC newspaper editors, Andy Kankam and Larry Dogbe to cross swords on the Japan tells me how faithful the god of MPPS, say Obama, now let's begin our discussion because of time. Sami, who say a Japan sem no a day pan our kafa.
Obi me da se dedi kan ma mensan so enchia yetiefo nyina na ye no mwasese o majebre etie wo fidi kesi so wa chiri de benche nyina Japan se mi ba ye na me first time wa make bi because na me pese me nyanto boase na me go through documents on the matter na me tie afa ni nyina hu asem ni mu nokura nkasa na yehwese nhyehyeye a omampenye kufu ado aban de be ya yato din ejapa deal eye nhyehyeye pa ebitimi aboa Ghana na anase eye nhyehyeye bone a se ye jaima ne koswa ebidi oman ninya ana ebeha oman no obi it's a very technical issue into me try say me as simple me come across as simple as possible na etiefo etimiate asem na se obi me de mani adi asem na chipa ma hwehwe nkrata ni mu a akenkan bi na metumi aka kire wo se sa ejapa deal a ye ka ho asemi eyen hyehyɛ ye bonia
on Asempa FM
se ye ntwamu a ebe ha o my Ghana dachi
unyina so one saying
eyen hyehyɛ bonia kata hyehyɛ ni dream ni proye ne taye kiri nhyehyɛ ye bonia obi biara ni wa wodo Ghana na Ghana o man ne da na koma so na odwen chirima ho a e was so defend this idea way now obi memma there are so many reasons why I make us but memma just 6 reasons why this ejapa deal no e bad for Ghana e bon kun e time in this year so kra obi die dikan the whole idea behind the Japa deal nankasa no eye adwene timo pobone a yemfa nkyekere oman ebo oman adwempo a enam so ame yede sa Japan hyehyeye we aba no yemfa nkyekere oman ma ne nyeye eseye oman onim bi ntia a Japa deal no adwempo ete yekire
on Asempa
adwempo ete yekire nse Ghana onyame wache ye good free yen nananom kwesi broni eba Ghana kra no na sika kokko wo ha tini ye free ha Gold Coast ene yen nananom edidi ho a yenya afa hodie omampanyi nkroma so abedidi ho a abanya hodo abenyina ba bedidi ho a edi gold sika yenya free mu no aye mpuntunwuma kakra edi aboa se wo hwe a baby a won senka o my Ghana ye wo sika e wo senka yenya from gold yentumi nyae bedeja kakra yenya no wo ho ye dia ye mpuntunwuma abanya besenko abanya ba besenko de sika yenya free gold nya de ye mpuntunwuma na sika yenya from gold no emu ba ko ne friend royalties no enunti president Akufo-Addo nhyehyɛ a wo ye under this Japa deal di nyina ne se sa royalties no odede Ghana yebenya from your gold a ehye from a yenya ntuye gold a yede ama be 16 mining companies aye almost 100% of your gold that you to know my way mu no ode sika Ghana yenya free me royalties no oton emu 49%
Ekosiisen
oton mu 49%.
Unti ase no.
Yes, that is what it means. Na what Jesus sika no edini ne. Because a Japan get change na say ya form special purpose vehicle and then you find the Japan royalties no. And you say your royalties na yenya 75.6% alcohol. Na emu 49 yenton sa company no emu 49% shares yenton farmer ankrankre. Meaning say your royalties na ye de ma company emu 49% yenton ama ankrankre. That is what it means. Na ya jese sika na kensa beka no 15 years and over no ya je ne edini ne eno na me say eyen hyehyɛ ye bone a obi biara ni odo Ghana wo so support. You know why? Se Kwame Nkrumah ebe ye omampanyi wo Ghana eno de Ghana gold na ehye mre sam ehye form sam mre no ode emu 49% oton royalties a yebenya 49% of royalties a yebenya from sa gold no edema abrofo a ana ankrankra enka abanya hodo e baaye JJ Rollins aban Kofo aban Mills aban John Mahama aban ababedu president Kofo aban so no nka sa gold sika no senke beboye ki ebenya no wo hen ye dia yempuntuo Enti say ye to abama na yo mampanyi na abefo mo aban a.
Ekosiisen.
Oman na japade a oman na gudi a ye de hye wonsa no. Wo ye hwesofo keke. Wo ye busuapanyi a wo hwe oman na japade so. Te say de obi anton a wo ebeto wo so no. Wo so eni se wo ton. Ana wo di si a wo wade ko di sika di ni ne. Na nchirima beba 5-10 years time wo wadi sika na wie no. Gold na royalties na ye de ma omo a ye di kutuaka. Anase ebe kode ya ton ama no horo. They will be deprived. Future generations and future governments will be deprived of that revenue for nation building. Omunye se sika. Se ye nananom ye sa anka gold no asa. Se ye nananom ye sa anka gold royalties ka aka zero. And until in principle, the whole idea behind the Japan deal no e bom man to the extent to say sika ye nya free ye gudie mu no aban ne pese oton eji sika ni di ni ne na nchirima beba no omonsa nka sika ni biem no ebo oman
odi ni ne no means what? So odi ye ejapade ye oman ne nchirima no ba be
$500 million ejapade ben me chiro bibi hwe yese se wokoton account nam na wutua ene ye de otwen nam so be free ana meboa na mpanyufo aka aban we ba ye wa ye nhyehyɛ ye bebira etese ejapade deal we
Ekosiisen.
bisa ho se emfaso ben na ne Ghana ya ye te ase sese impodi ye nya na kampese nchirima benya frim mame ma 2 or 3 examples Ghana omampenye kufu adoba ne ye wo bauxite e hwefom ye bauxite deposit e largely undeveloped kakra bi pen ye de ensaka bauxite ye nanandum di jayo omampenye kufu adonko using the same ejapa mindset. See, omo the bauxite ni nyina e ma China for ye from sino hydro. Omo to wa momo. Na omo de age impuntu nyuma te sa kwan a ne bo be $2 billion. Enti ya bauxite a ye calculation kire se e bro $10 billion. Bauxite ne nko ano no. A wutu bauxite now na ne de ko alumina. Usi alumina plant wa ebe create nyuma ubenya more money from refining the bauxite into alumina ebe bro $10 billion no akufo ado dia ma China for ye from sino hydro at $2 billion
ye bauxite nyina
kese wo mu nyina
no but that's not
na bauxite na ka say apart from awaso die tu no ho yi die mbiem na aka
asa wo nyina hini wo atiwa
die no mo de mo no yes eno ne dia ma sino hydro
some part of nyina
eno ne dia ma mo no
eno ben
nyina hini
part of nyina hini
masa it is the entire nyina hini block obeka the part say eno ne dia ma wo no and in fact many information kwa kire say atiwaka ho so what it therefore means in say
information from parliament and from
yes,
the document went to parliament
yes kire say atiwaka ho what that means in say enchirima beba no bauxite na she form no munya so mfaso obi dia ma China for empuntu na ye ka say sino hydro de ba no where $2 billion e ya kwan ne we tamale interchange ne na ada ne mfofo ano project na stall aka ho akwan bebrebe o mo list so mo be no under sino hydro no using that barter deal $2 billion na we and e Ghana akwan ya tutu asai enti faso be ni enya from the sino hydro deal akufuado de ye bauxite nyina ma China for forever no faso be ni enya nchirima be nya bia free. Second example, get fund. Ghana President Rollins NDC abana yen hyehyɛ say yet one na yejeje nyemfa bi ntu foto a ye friend get fund mu na yemfa nyem puntu nyuma wo yesuku mu yemfa nsisi suku adan library ne de keka ho na mu ama Ghana nkoda disu anye den enkoso ye Rollins aba kofo aba aban hodo aba omu nyina de get fund di aye projects aban bi aba na abre so sika e beto get fund ni mu no eno no de yem puntu nyuma obi zo tema se o mampanya kofo ado nko aba ya onwi nchiri ma wonti no also the get fund na kosia wowa sika beba bi tomunti no wakoje bosia $1.5 billion for the next God knows when so many years to come sika better get fund mu bia ne bekwa kotua saka no enti ye nya 1 cedi from get fund bi mfanye mpuntu nyuma
na 1.5 billion or the year den
$1.5 billion no so won see secondary school ba kokra $1.5 billion now they get fund akoje no so won see university ba kokra ono one achievements also why 1095 classroom blocks
projects different projects
yes
in senior high schools
and basic now kabo 1095 classroom blocks but John Mahama one get finance yawa and saying chirima shebreno or no over 4,000 classroom blocks or no 1,095. John Mahama no one get finance yawa or 46 completed secondary schools. President Akufo-Addo ni ba kokra. John Mahama na one get finance yawa no or University of Environment and Sustainable Development so many campus worth $55 million. President Akufo-Addo kweni bi oni bia odi ja ya yeti asinde mpo na nchirima aba benya so mfaso Esla President Mahama buy na de to e friend Esla buy say yanyeje to no ne yemfantu a car for so many years abeda ye energy sector ha banks ha IPPs ne de keka ho abai we omo opposition MPP for President Akufo-Addo o se sa to no ye timodin for to ye nuisance to mfaso bia ndi so oba obetwam and no buy to no na President Mahama nhihye ye mu Ghana fo betwa ne fie 9 pe obi so nim za and so President Akufo-Addo de akosi awowa age bosia $1.3 billion Ghana fo betwa to no for 10 years oje sika ni years wadi ama ne car eda energy sector no
wadi nso ne kasa be
was sell on consumption wadi ni wonanum chop
how
odi bia ko pension 600 million Ghana cedis 2018 go and check PIAC for report owie ye no wabroka for $2 billion at all. I mean, the IPPs, yeah, the Omoka Yentimintua, they are threatening to shut down their power plants. It's a Maya, Massa. Obesi is was in Kaushayama, and Penny Fossey and Furniture to us with your food, your panny piano. Obai, Eurobon on Quabosia Wajin in dollars, $9 billion. Obi, only a hospital bakokra, whether district or regional hospital, only a secondary school bakokra. You won't put to our dissensical wing. Odisika 135 billion naka Ghana ka ho ye won puntu a wodi aye
in the back to a Japan
so $9 billion anya over here $500 million and the Japan you good and be wodi an and that is why Dr. Nimoy Thompson ka say be say a Japan deal we et say mama ono yusu heroin mama yusu cocaine na tiefo nim et say cocaine addict what turn me fear nyeme nyina ne ntare aton ne dem nkonwa nyina de anum cocaine because we are addicted to cocaine one no more take beche no na fe ne japade nyina hye ye no se osore a ne yire asomade da wa no awia no wakoto ne yire watch da wa no awia no wakoto enu bi na President Akufo-Addo yi waje euro bonds on $9 billion o de kanko 135 billion na ka Ghana ka ho wa be collateralize get fund wa collateralize Esla ye box site nyina o de akoma China for $2 billion projects.
It is not a fact. Say a box.
Ye who so obi. Ye who so faso. Obi ya say gold na kana so no. Ye ma wo fa mu 49% for 15 years and over. Nchiri me bebe nyina nya so faso na di ni ne. Na mampenya wodo edi kan ba ye na ye ne sa. Enkoba be to gold bi wa. Enkoba be to gold royalties. Anytime me say adwempo e tai sa e Japan di we no ye de bomb my yemfa nchekere man. Number 2, Obi. Odi yan fa ni mpo say.
Number 1 the watches are.
Oh, Obi, meba I say no other. Wo meba have full until be fair to me ni enche na tie for ntia ase. Yan to mpo say. This whole idea say yetimi eton ye gudie e de gisika e di ni ne. Say be yan chirima bebre no. Odi yan fa ni mpo say it is even good. Assuming without admitting.
Same enye gudie na wo ton.
Sika wunya from the gold. Yes, and I want to. Who the 49% sika di ne? That is what di nature. Yen to mpo say ya de papa. Enya de papa obe yen to say ya de papa. So Obi, o ton royalties mu 49% ah. Say what say royalties no. Say ne si sombo no ehun sika na woje anameboa. Ghana royalties are yenya from gold. One can say 49% for the next 15 years $500 million. Obi krono kese na ban we de boy na manfo nim me dwe ho na me sugu ni yem ade na mampenya Akufo-Addo ni timu edensa. Obi check your budget statement for 2019 Ghana every year on average sika afibia yenya from gold royalties bare $200 million average. It is what in 15 years no yankon yanga in 15 years yangeje kura no ni age be $3.6 billion or $3 billion minimum. It's calculating even 49% of $3 billion. Because check the 2019 budget. On average, yankasa yen from royalties in Canada, $200 million. For the lifetime of this agreement, no, say young agreement we are yen 49% of the baby $1.5 billion. We say what valuation instead of $3 billion, we say $1 billion into 49% in $500 million. Apu beni. And on some for any civil society organizations in Abisa say, and conta ben na ubu ye valuation ben na way ye who say your gold no I share from no your royalties no in the next 15 years $1 billion. Besine Akufuado o mampenyi His Excellency Akufuado aban entimi nkyere ye conta no ubu ye no. And mema hu conta bua people like By Simmons of Imani Mwaye e dia beto se Ghana fo nyina hwebi. As a student of economics policy, I mean how to calculate net present value of things. I can follow the calculation. I impugn that calculation. I say, Adia Mampenyi Akufuado, edema 49% of your royalties or them $500 million. It should have the minimum 1.5-1.7 billion. And Ghana bet $1 billion from this. So when your man both near, why will you support this? Number 3, Obi. We a student of law. I'm sure you've done contract law. Contract be a draft, and I'm happy to say your law backgrounds. Contract be a draft here. One of the requirements, and I say, it was have a duration. It was have a fixed term. Yet, essential elements of a contract that they will teach you that it is so elementary. First year law student to be any. But agreement we are your friend a Japan. President Akufuado ton your gold royalties move 49%. No. Don't come in Nagana Bokano. Nanchima so says Sikana Bomono. Yet the royalties from those 16 mining companies, you know, which constitutes almost 100% of your good, yet they must say Japan forever and ever. For the
lifespan of the mine.
If the agreements are renewed, almost they be renewed.
That is your introduction.
No, it is in the agreements. There is no fixed term on that agreement because Asanko mines for say the life of a mine after 15 years, they renew 30 years. A Japan royalties for that 30 years. So their lawyer for ad infinitum. There is no terminal point, fixed terminal point in the agreement. I've gone through it. Will be down to me on provision on duration in the agreement.
But would that not be to the benefit of us as a country?
How would that be?
A majority shareholder. We have 51% stake.
But what on 49%? Now 49% sika na nipa ko ni tua no. And forever and ever who sika no tua. What you sika for a certain specific period. An agreement be akra wo ya wa wo dan kra na ye wa japade de. Wo de han. And now the Wawasa see Lissikra, see Nanam de Fie to say 99 years. It be why 50 years, and I'm a boy, and I'm 49 years. I didn't know say Miamasa in Tibe de Mao, Afebo, Magic Musika. So it is bad, say duration be now. Then Obi, the time crowd agreement in Muno. Eye, o Mampenyi Akufuado, Nabusian 4, and then a noun for 4. Or do Omakwa Kwasha say Japan moi, or represent 49% Ghana your gold royalties in our Mojefa.
How?
Ekosiisen.
Japan
You are yet to list.
Do you know the Japan?
I know a Japan.
A Japan. Your Mampenia. What was that kind of injury time 4 months? If you're Kunyaso. Now, a person the Ghana gold royalties. Eja Nimia no nene nam for no. Or no, your friend the Japan. The Japan is President Akufuado. And I'm going to show you that.
Are you serious?
Why? Gold royalties here. Omode me. Eja pay. Why na your consultant? Or maybe men in Nanswa. Obey the prospective CEO of a Japan royalties.
Consultant who is prospective CEO.
Kofi Bosompem Osafomafo senior minister in this government.
Kofi has been picked as a fund manager.
How was he
to manage the fund?
International Recruitment Agency. Your royalties na ya de me Japan. Ghana senior minister. Ya Osafomafo ne ba ye friend of Kofi Bosompem Osafomafo. Omampenyi Akufuado apaw no as one of the deputy directors of Senate. Position no kwa na ni won ya created ya man no. Ono ne behwe sa royalties ni so.
So what's the
how was he selected?
Have you found out?
He was not selected through any transparent process in line with Ghana's public procurement law.
Really?
Abuswan Chemfa Kofi, papa wa bo Mampenyi Akufuado enu nya ne fi baby ba ko so bejiwe. ye wie ye ne frɛ man panyin Akufo-Addo ne wo faase a ye frɛ no Gabi Ochredako ene ye se wo so adwuma ya ye ba be ye be hia lawyer fo ono obi ne chamber mpo enche ye nanzia enti ono so na abaya ba enti legal fees e wa ade ne ho no yes ye am abro ni dia ye frɛ white lawyer.
You don't have to be speaking like this.
Then am aka lawyer fo nka obi boy your krono na menka
if a transaction advisor has been picked, not transaction advisor.
How was the don't talk about what
we can go into those things.
That is what I'm talking about.
Hold on now.
If Ghana is picking a transaction advisor, a law firm,
yes,
and was set and follow the public procurement law.
I agree.
White and case now you choose to Gabi Ochredako. How were they selected? Now white and case so if they are transaction advisors for a company, government of Ghana, as we speak now, 100% interest, which is a Japan. Anything they do, including engaging local partners or lawyers, must be in line with the public procurement law.
Absolutely.
That be law firm, no? African Legal Associates. You choose when was it advertised? What process did they go through? If you in Japan, man, penye Akufo-Addo from get before we or something for baso before we. 49% na fe no mo kwa list ato me so ma che na fie abusua fie dada.
How do you know?
Na nya sa adenti na wakom na
something that will be listed on the London Stock
Exchange. Yes, PDS na international bidding ye dey. International bidding. These same people etimi create 51% for their coins. Some of them are not owners of barbering shops. And now in someone will be more can here when PDS came Ekosiisen fraud Ghana boka Ghana losing millions of cedis yen can PDS for CBM
sameye for
obi me no see so abusuafo e no musa so kuku ade na je na obi na hwe de ya kura etiefo ntie mi yo wo do ye MPP ni kura sika no omoje omo mawo ntu de tie na wo so jaje yese ya wasafo mafo senior minister ne ba na efe no Kofi Busom pem wasafo mafo na ye de na to ade na no so wo hwe royalties ne so no any directors are be form for a Japan royalties ya ye sika no mba behwe so yi and a company no so Ghana be nyam 51% no ye say omu di sika o omu kum nipa o ye sika no omu de ye omu japade o di omu be ye bia Ghana ban a oye majority shareholder in a Japan o 51% no on to me ni omedi on to me pamo director bia obi what be we be that this is unheard of. This is an affront to all good principles of company law and good corporate governance. Say a majority shareholder in a company with 51 percent shares, in this case, government of Ghana. Say directors be here agreement this why 51% shares royalties in the sika. Now omoya ne basa ye ntumi yi omedi. So osafoma fo ne bano they will just any president Akufo-Addo call for obey omo directors no. Omo be royalties no so till thy kingdom come abanfofobia ba they cannot be changed. What be that? Is this not an affront to our sovereignty? Country ben na ubetimi akwajo omagudi dia yesa obi finally
but sovereignty is saying when those directors are
a sovereign country a sovereign country should be able, if you have majority shares in the company, you should be able to say director be a breaching fiduciary responsibility to a company and then the responsibilities as a director a dozen why you be and send fata a human enti amwa ma mfaso ma your royalties no so you should be able to sack the director but ultimately pass mra a future governments in answer say directors no so mo be papa so mo ntimi nyaboni ntimi sack you and people with conscience are defending this.
Don't you think
people with conscience are defending this?
Also insulate the company from unnecessary political interference.
That is why every company has a board or a board of directors and also the board made up of shareholders. Your company law no is so clear on that. Your shareholders bet me as a director say the limitations are there already. But a bit serious abako semuda. So be kwa agreement say director oye boni majority shareholder nti bi pamono. Aba majority shareholder na Ghana. Finally,
all the one.
That's 30 seconds. Yes. Hwe esumase gedia ekoso. Yeso timi fita tie mo anku. O ya de na wonim se wo ya de papa. Nka wo ba mu mamu da ho no obi ehu no obi anya gidie wo. Omunim so mo bo nine no kro no nti no. Agreement say 7 ebro 140 pages. Omo de come parliament omo say 30 minutes per parliament for nyina so approve
4 hours.
First omo ka 30 minutes and you no abo ato forcing and they insisted say Sadia in the committee's proceedings no come. So they gave them 4 hours. Now 4 hours and go you can no. Say your name see 4. Omo never rank cartel over 140 pages and we say the agreement is in the interest of Ghana no. Why? We are saying bana we no I can say 4 hours for no mo fan and cartel anymore. 4 hours. Obi, fa no ton chain. Mo say company no mo be kwa lesson on the London Stock Exchange be boa. Na am for beto 49% shares. And yes okay. Maybe am do dem akwa animu. Mo say matua sika kura $2 million ewo san hyehyeye ne ho. Enti prospectus a eno ne ebe me yahu brokerage fee, agency fees, arrangement fees ne de keka ho no. Mo fam na Ghana mrache bedwafo no hwe say $500 million ne kwa na bia eho ka a ye de be reason no. Eye sempoa ana eye taku. Ne yahu say it is in the national interest. And also so mo say yenya nwie ye. Ye they are giving you 4 hours to approve it. CDD, IDEC, ASEP, which was founded by the current Minister for Energy, John Peter Mewu. All these civil society organizations like Piaka, Steve Mantia, Modano, they can't all be wrong and only President Akufo-Addo and a few greedy and selfish people in this government right. Adia ya experts, the media, CSOs, everybody said they will ye and yet ebebo minor. They are still hell bent on doing it, like they did in the case of PDSR. And then billions of cedis aboye. So I will explain the issues. But these are some of the reasons why I just say only criminally minded people who don't care.
Mamena say Ekosiisen higher Sempa FM. Ma yentie lawyer Andrew
Sempa FM.
Okay, my main family name is Lawyer Andrew Mesa. Now
he's called the Japa by the coincidence is interesting. But me I say also the no person mo the foreign sa. When you do he's the only Japa in MPP. Bako fund din e de be yesa. Unu zo no so na sem PDS en kanwie.
Lawyer Mesa, akwa ba bi wa pom today.
Kupon na za chain.
Maminto, you sat through Parliament. And when we the agreement in Aba, what do you make of conversation or record?
Party your opposition only message. One ajuna any there, one can some one fountain Crawford, one pedal akohisam ma unyim kra na wareka. Na Obama Ghana fu wejina do na wato abamon. Obi sometimes you know Musa in politics no oya reho civil society fu wakasa
Ekosiisen at Sempa FM.
The cracks of one and some working na they are asking that look whatever it is that area biano make sure the Ghana you derive the best value out of the transaction. And it's fair. And Nana Dudan Kwakufuado Naban Damra Wabo Nitrum de Ori Juma Ozabo Ghana Oyen Shishaya Ibo to me and a Japazon Fason Mutum Mesnipi or studio ha. The Obian setting out there Obobo Ghana folk no. Obian setting out the obey katasishe ana prohibi on this transaction. Sabewa abani Austragana for the one to aba one for man non so nunju papado. It cannot be that the man bankrona 3.5 months into an election or the documents with respect to a Japan transaction or the Boko Parliament
on Sempa FM.
Say Oshana Jindo or Bokrona or be expect the Obianko. And if there was some ill intent, Obi, nobody would have taken this document to Parliament. Samiji fits na ha waka can stinky, corrupt. Obi, Now, while list similar according to him transactions. What about Sino-Hydro? I say Sino-Hydro aban or the unbox team now that come a Chinese company for 2 billion. Obi, Ghana on far bauxite one drop on from Sino-Hydro. Same a lawyer new ewa Watson or law school.
Asempa FM.
But my propaganda as a political party communications officer. But in the interest of your profession, oh yeah, Kasama Kanokar na spinning. It helps. The government of Ghana, Oma Sino-Hydro, one drop
Ekosiisen
of bauxite.
FM.
Obi, bauxite transaction, what was it? Bauxite 28 December 2016. Time a Ghana for what to about what they rejected Mr. Mahama Naban. Orbefido or signing in excess of 60% of your bauxite or the man brother no company Estin Cubic. Nyamin Chade when two more fan go through parliamentary process one seek approval and send the war handover 8 days thereafter. Nana na dran kwa kufu ado na ban bay. Why you should know who no? Yet to be ants no na nyimpa ba kufu. Ghana for what to aba man we yi nefi egodo. A onko on sisa de major padi. On for many no company da won fa. Rather we leverage it. Na you do me that finance and development. So what did we do? You catch us and hydro for the look. You want to share be develop yen bauxite. You be yen integrated aluminium industry. In fact, yen shasipo. No mommy here development so. Inti your projects be here na ya cost. Yen niska ye de be CC. Jinjemia. Ebotum esidam infrastructure no up to 2 billion edame. Na ye set up yen joint venture na ye ne hihye ya. Yes, but process yen bauxite ni process we are. Na the bauxite ni bi. Process bauxite no. E do to butter. In fact, as we speak, I don't know, Guy Beck, one chief executive of Betina Studio,
yeah.
Process of even commencing the JV partner hasn't been concluded.
No.
Yet, listen to them. Say one. It's often had that okay. You call okay, you know, Hindi. Esla PLC or no Mr. Mahama no passing brano. Osande energy sector data. It be a historical, but Dudona was contracted when you were in government. And that passing bra there. Yet to petrol 1 liter bia. Skeka krebenyano. Ne da bobo na yedetu ya. Dam ka oni bi. Na da na kwa kufu ado be na osina no. This is na din na wonsu. Ekawa abanzumo no. Sika 1 year monthly in ground service interest rate. So what do we do? You collateralize them energy sector levies no. Now ya dis bonds. Need de tuya BDCs no ni other energy sector debtors aye wono. So that you two you free one more one operations. In Taban oye them exercise no. Oseti Esla PLC. We'll list the bonds. What to me when you scar up front. What do you BDCs now other energy sector players IPPs one common one. In a doom soy you catch one no financial I was want to be day became a thing of the past. Get fun. Yes, I know quite Aban Ostati free SHS year 1 you know no go school. Year 2 Arba start na Aban hunde Ukofa because of the policy Ghana full wajatum do na what benefit no any infrastructure gap existing infrastructure yam find a way able to me deploying in a much better manner able to then you make sure do be our work school once we do that no yam pay a confufu bia able to me build up infrastructure so that within a short time, you to me have stop double track yeah. You utilize your infrastructure, you sweat your infrastructure, and ensuring that no child is left behind. In Taban the proposal about parliament, they look, get funds so you're judging kakra. They be a eto avati eto NHIS you get fund. Young collateralized get fund over a 10-year period for 1.5 billion. In fact, as we speak, only 500,000 pen abanaji. Tranche 1. Only in the infrastructure in the educational sector. Obi, Ekosiisen just achara. Chawa wanna go school.
Yeah.
But I for I. Nefi St. John's and Afifijai, Afa Denver Secondary, Afa Archbishop Porter Girls, Afa Tadisco. Urban Kranana Afa Desada and Fanspim no Gassens. Go and see what is happening in those schools. But they think they are shrewd. Okay, say to the wabo road funder. Obi, it's the wabo road funder. It's a wambo. Because Ojigana free now you're free.
On Asempa FM.
It was during your time. And I can the same fund collateralization agreement with UBA. Ekwekejiska at 32% interest rate to fund road projects in this country. You did it. But conveniently one bodo. Because so okay, Ghana for bakada ah. Na wo banu wo ye bi. Na nana do dan kwaku for do wa ye bi a wo twan mpoya. Obi, is it a good thing or a bad thing? Osande, Mr. Mahama, 2010, now a vice president. Okachire Ghana food there. Kwasia na boa. No see bobosa against our oil infrastructure this year. Oya the bond.
Oh, you sue them what?
Oh, it's only it's foolish and baloney. More read article no financial. Obi. Yet to come how? Then it was okay. So, brother.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Obi, my joy
Asempa
online.
FM.
29th November 2010. It will be foolish not to collateralize our oil for credit. John Mahama. Read the story in Kakashiwa. Vice President John Dramani Mahama has said it will be foolish not to collateralize Ghana's oil revenues for loans for infrastructure development. He was defending the government's decision to use the oil wealth as collateral to raise credit. Clause 5 of the Petroleum Revenues Management Bill, currently in Parliament, clearly states that the oil wealth cannot be used as collateral to raise credit, but the government is believed to be pushing for an amendment to allow the use of the country's oil reserves as collateral for loans. The Vice President, however, stated that the necessity of an aggressive pursuit of infrastructure development makes the minority's position to the legislation misplaced. Our brothers in the MPP are supportive of this clause and say the oil is a blessing. We should not collateralize it in our vial. What the hell? This is Mr. Mahama. Now listen. Mr. Mahama said the provision must have been influenced by the Norwegians who helped in the drafting, blah, blah, blah. I have spoken to the Norwegians and they say at the time they drafted their bill, their infrastructure was all done. They had their hospitals, they had their schools, they had their highways, the roads and everything had been done. But you live in a country where women are dying because the